All right, so this is WGU week 13 of studying for my accounting degree. And really, this week, I'm going to talk mainly about one class, so D103 Intermediate Accounting One, and then just a little bit about principles of economics. I already talked about it more last update, so I won't go too much, but just a brief update. I'm going to take the test tomorrow, the final test, and just a review for that. Let's see, was the course has resources, and in the resources they link to like interactive practice, like an online interactive practice, and I did that, and that really helped with making sure I understood the concepts of how to use the graphs to figure out the supply and demand. So I would definitely recommend those for that course. Otherwise, I'll update you when I take the exam and how that went next week. All right, so for this week, the new course that I started was Intermediate Accounting One. And when I was, let's see, sorry, go to my notes for that. And I remember when I was first researching all the courses before I started, Reddit said this class was easier than the business law class. And I would agree. Like, it's not as hard as the business law class, but I will say like the concepts are, there's still a lot in here. So it's still a lot. And let's see. Looking at my notes, so I would say the textbook is really, really organized. A lot of the material, especially the videos, seem to come from the CPA exam prep. So that's really cool to see how much of this is reflected on the CPA studying materials. I'll say I wrote in my notes here that inventory is really annoying because I started reading for this course last Thursday, I believe. I don't think it was Wednesday, so it was Thursday, like Wednesday or Thursday. I started reading, and so since I've adjusted my plan, I just set myself the goal to read through one unit each day, like each weekday. And because some of these units weren't that long, it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. But it's a good thing I started reading early because it's a lot to get through. So I read a unit like Thursday, Friday, and then on Saturday, so yesterday, today's Sunday, yesterday I read through, I think, 2 or 3 units. And then the other thing that's new about this course is that there's 2 exams, not just one. So the first exam covers the first 3 units, or it's the first 3. So yeah, and then the second exam covers the rest of the units. And so what I did was yesterday I read everything up to that first half for the first exam and took the practice exam, and I passed that. So I've scheduled to take the final on Monday. And then I was trying to finish up reading yesterday, but it was just so much that I just had to finish up today. And really, like, I finished the reading by now. I've watched some of the review videos, but I haven't taken the practice yet. So I'm planning to do that today to see how well I do and what I need to review more on. But yeah, like, and that there's a section on inventory and accounting for inventory errors, and that section was making me really, really frustrated and also really bored. Like, I was getting really sleepy and yawning. Had to go take a walk and move around a bit and come back to try to finish that section. And I thought, like, I couldn't keep studying. Like, I was done for the day. I was just gonna have to change my goal. And then I watched one of the review. So there's an intensive review video for like the exam 2 section, and I watched that, and the teacher, oh, what was his name? I wrote it down. Robin Patrick. So that guy was awesome. He shared a formula for remembering how to calculate a formula to help you like calculate and work through those problems, and it was really helpful, and that woke my brain up, and I stopped feeling super frustrated and annoyed. So definitely look at the intensive review videos. Let's see. And then for this course, I would say I kind of knew a lot from the first section, or from the units for the first exam, because it's a lot of what I learned when I took my bookkeeping course a couple years ago. It's just filling in more details and more specifics on what investors need to see on the statements and not just what the business needs to see on the statements. And also, this course is just reinforcing that I really care more about managerial accounting and not so much this side of like accounting for investors. I'm just on the business side. Let's see. And and a couple new concepts I just wrote down here that I thought were interesting. Is the term toxic assets. I thought that was funny. I mean, you can look it up, but I just think it's a cool term for that concept. And then another term I really liked was financial flexibility. And so that's just being able to weather through any unexpected costs or being able to take advantage of opportunities financially. So that's definitely something I want to be. And so I like that term. I'm going to start using it. And then just another one, just an idea that keeps coming up. And to me, like while going through this, is that trying to capture money and numbers, it's not easy. Money's not really rational in a like engineering sort of way. It's like we're just trying to capture it, but we can never perfectly capture it. And I think that's why these concepts are so hard, because they're trying to capture money and then account for like the changes in money, time value of money, and it's just hard. So yeah, money's interesting. That's why people say it's not real. It's not rational in the traditional sense. It's more like computer programming rational, where if you don't learn how it works, it just makes no sense. And then you have to learn how it works, and then you realize it kind of makes sense, but it's still, a little weird. But anyway, so that's it. Tomorrow I have two exams scheduled. And then if I can finish studying for the last exam for Intermediate Accounting One, then I might have 3 scheduled. The problem is when you schedule the final exam, they allot like 2-3 hours for each test. So you cannot schedule, you can't overlap the scheduling for the test. So like if I schedule my test at 3, then I can't schedule the next test till that time period set aside is finished. So like the next test would be at 6. So that means if I'm doing like 3 exams, and that's like 10 hours kind of in the schedule, like 9-10 hours. So I'm having to figure out if I just want to go ahead and do them all tomorrow, because I don't want to do them on a different day of the week. Testing on Monday isn't fitting into the flow. I don't want to throw that off. But yeah, so we'll see what happens next week. I'll give you the update. All right, well, that's it. See you next week.